Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Lately I've been playing some Mill Druid on the ladder, and Mill Druid or Togwaggle Druid is kind of a funny deck to play. It has a very unique win condition in Hearthstone, which is to remove your opponent's deck and just fatigue them to death. And the way you do that is with the help of King Togwaggle. King Togwaggle swap decks with your opponent, give them a ransom spell to swap back. And because you're a druid, you're able to draw your deck very quickly. So you draw your own deck, then your deck is empty, opponent has some cards left, you play Togwaggle to swap decks, and then you prevent the opponent from swapping them back. And the way to prevent your opponent from swapping the decks back, there are a couple of ways. One way is to simply naturalize before you play Togwaggle if your opponent's hand is almost full, because if they have 10 cards in their hand, they will not get the ransom spell to swap the decks back. Alternatively, you first play Togwaggle and then you play Azalina Soul Thief so that you get a copy of your opponent's hand. So okay, they have a ransom spell that they can swap decks, but you have a ransom spell too, so after they swap you just swap back again. And in order to play Azalina and Togwaggle on the same turn, you need to either have the Twig equipped and ready to go so that you will get an additional 10 mana for that turn, or you will need a Dream Petal Florist discount hit on either Azalina or King Togwaggle. That's the basics really. Everything else is a bonus. Like for example, if you Togwaggle and your opponent has an empty deck, and then you can play some naturalizes before Azalina so that you get them deeper into fatigue so that they end up taking more damage. Or you just fill their hand first and then play Azalina so that you will get more cards. You don't always have to have a completely empty deck when you Togwaggle. Depending on your opponent and how much pressure they're able to put on you, it's perfectly acceptable that you give them some of your cards, because most of your cards are not very useful outside of this particular archetype. So you can just give them some cards, and let's say they are 8 cards or 6 cards deeper into fatigue than you are, and you will just keep on defending and win. That is the nice theory anyway. There are actually also other ways this deck can win, because it's a druid deck and it has Ultimate Infestation. And hey, druid decks with Ultimate Infestation, they can also win through tempo sometimes. Even this deck, although it seems quite remarkable, but actually you can kill your opponent with your minions. You have stuff like Ultimate Infestation, you have stuff like Spreading Plague, you have stuff like Arcane Tyrants, and crucially you have 2 copies of Branching Paths. I really like Branching Paths as a card. You can draw with this, you can get armor with this, really depends on the matchup what you want to do, and you can give your minions +1 attack with this. So, Branching Paths, give your minions +1 attack twice, that's +2 attack, go face. Excellent way to win games. Also a way to play around Mossy Horrors. Let's say you're at 10 mana and you can play Spreading Plague into Branching Path, so you can make all those Spreading Plague tokens into 3/5 minions. Okay, suddenly Mossy Horror doesn't kill them anymore. So some really interesting opportunities. Building this archetype, there are basically 2 ways to do it. This build features Mind Control decks, Gluttonous Ooze, and Spellbreaker. So this is kind of the tech card way to build this. Mind Control decks can take away something from like a Deathrattle Hunter, and I can remove some weapons and I can silence some things. These are tech choices really. The other alternative would be to use Oaken Summons and Ironwood Golems instead of these. Oaken Summons gives you some armor, pulls the golem from your deck, so it helps you draw, it helps you get armor. Very solid path, that one too. But you can't use the Oaken Summons path together with this one, because all of these minions have battle cries. And when you play Oaken Summons and summon a minion with that, it doesn't trigger the battle cry. As with all druid decks, what you really want is to ramp up and get to your win condition. So in the mulligan, you're keeping Wild Growth, you're keeping Nourish, you're keeping Twig. Really looking for those ways to get more mana so that you have much more plays available to you. And if the curve is just right and cards are just right, in slow matchups I even keep Ultimate Infestation. Perfectly valid card, allows you to get a lot of cards very quickly. Of course you also have to consider your defenses, so against the Hunter I would keep MC Tech, I would keep Spellbreaker. Against Warlock I would keep Naturalize because it could be an even lock and I might be staring down at an 8/8 giant. and I really want to be able to deal with that giant. Against Paladin I would keep Swipe, so that I have some way to clear tokens. These sorts of small alterations, but the main thing you want is the ramp. As always, I've prepared a bunch of gameplay material of this deck for you, so let's go take a look at Mill Druid and its various swing conditions in action. Nothing but hunters and warlocks. Intriguing. So, mid-range hunter or secret hunter? Looks very mid-rangey to me at the moment. Please don't find +3 attack. He found +3 attack. I just said please don't find +3 attack. Well, we get to ramp. I saved the coin because I figured I might need to go Spreading Plague as soon as possible. And right now obviously this is looking extremely bad for me. That swipe helps out a little bit though. Okay, we're still in this. Because now I can coin the Spreading Plague. And then I can play a pair of Arcane Tyrants out there. Alright, I'm down to 12, which means that there can be some kind of lethals with kill commands in the near future. We'll have to see about that. This looks like some kind of Deathstalker Rexa setup. What do you think about the Hunter Loa? Seems interesting. I can't afford to take 3. This could be a Deathstalker Rexa setup. I would be sad about that. But I can just give him kill command lethals if I do the wrong things here. So unfortunately I think I just have to... If he has Deathstalker Rexa, he has Deathstalker Rexa. I just have to kill these and then equip the Twig and start hit punching face, but I assume Deathstalker Rexa now, and only this one Arcane Tyrant will survive that. Which is obviously sad, but I can't help it. There was no good play around this. If there was any good play around this, I would have used it. I had the perfect read on what he's capable of. But sometimes that just isn't enough. He's not even playing that archetype. It's time for a Tempo Florist. Let's scare him a little bit. I mean, I know I don't have the combo pieces in hand. But I already have the Twig equipped, so let's just scare him a little bit. You decap Katrina. Well, against the Druid you might, yeah. Now this is interesting. Explosive traps, misdirections, freezing traps. I think the Tyrant will attack first. That's the explosive trap. And the Wandering Monster. I will kill the Wandering Monster with the Spell Stone, right? I think I will. Or just punching face. I think this is a moment where I play the rest of my hand here. I get the cheap Togwaggle. That's probably not enough. I'm trying to beat him with tempo here. I know it's almost impossible. But I might top deck an Ultimate Infestation. That can happen at any time. It can happen. I can top deck an Ultimate Infestation right here, right now. Well, I didn't, but it could have happened. There's a bunch of cards in hand, so if there is the skill command, that's a problem. But you had no mana. Oh, this turn. Yeah, true. I would need another turn. I go to 13, I go down to 10. Double kill command kills me. That still has got to be the play. I can't play Togwaggle out there yet, though. I can die to double kill command this turn. But let's see. But yeah, now I could use Ultimate Infestation if I can find it. Another big one. Alright, Ultimate Infestation top deck, and we're so in this game still. Unfortunately, that is not an Ultimate Infestation top deck. Well, then I need something that kills this one. That kills that. Alright. We're so in this now. So, I swipe this, I hit face, I UI face. Is that correct? I believe that is absolutely correct. I swipe this, I hit face, I get another 10 mana. I UI face, I go to 15, I draw a bunch of cards. Nine cards left in the deck. Alright. He has one generated beast in hand. I have one naturalize here. 6/7 taunt. That's fine. Candle shot with a hunter's mark. Alright. I am going to have to naturalize this one, right? I believe I have to. 8 cards in my deck. So if I naturalize this one, I can afford to draw with the Ferocious Howl. Do I just draw a lot right now? Do I have to kill this? It is 6 damage though. I think something like this is the line. Then I howl. Then I do naturalize it. Okay, I have 9 cards in hand. I'm at 25. I have 4 cards left in the deck. One of them is Malfurion. Which I would really want to draw. I don't care about any of the others. The only card I would care about would be Malth. 1 in 3 to draw it here. It's 9 mana to do the Azalina things. That's 14 damage. How much do I care about 14 damage? Not that much, right?
Your magic shall not save you.
I believe this is the line. I'm at 35, that's 10 from the Zombies. You need to get rid of your branching paths. No, yeah, I can't use them. Yeah, true, I did need to get rid of them. Oh well, I guess this will still work out. Okay, now if he finds Wind Fury for that, that's obviously a problem. This one isn't, right? I'm at 21, that's 8, 9 on board. I can't use the branching paths now. Nor can I use the Malfurion actually. Do I still win this? I mean, I think I still win this, right? Or maybe I miscalculated. It's possible. It's possible that I miscalculated.
This'll be good.
Maybe I miscalculated. Because he can find lifesteal. Oh, that's a big one. That's a really, really big one. Okay, that was a big deal. Nine cards in the deck. I'm taking a look at what's there. Double Animal Companion is the line. I need to roll a Huffer. That's a Huffer. Huffer kills this one. Deadshot kills the big Hydra. Do I need to play this second Animal Companion now? I mean, I know he has a Deadly Shot in hand too. I probably don't have to. But getting all that healing from the Lifesteal Rush Hydra was definitely a game changer here. Because he was just about to die to fatigue, but now he isn't. And I know he has a Deadly Shot. But swapping does nothing. Yeah, Rush Lifesteal is always something that can happen. I always need to swap back. But I can just hero power down this Huffer. He has Deadly Shot and one Beast. But I would need a way to deal 3 damage if he is able to survive for another 2 turns. I mean, that he had a 9 damage Lifesteal Beast. That was like the best thing he could ever roll. This is ridiculous. I know that card is a Deadly Shot. This is time to play the Animal Companion. Always Huffer though. Hey, look, we won. I don't believe enough. I will keep a Spellstone. I'll also keep a UI. I'll try to find some ramp at some point and then get to the UI, but the Spellstone is here just in case it happens to be Murlocs. Then I can still deal with the Murlocs too. I won the coin, so in worst case scenario I'll play UI on 9. Which actually is a pretty bad scenario. Alright, that would be weak spells. Okay, if he finds the Geist, if he finds... yeah, Geist is the biggest issue, I suppose. I think I'll just kill that one off here. Not starting to take this damage yet. Stonehill Defenderino. Okay. There's my Wild Growth. A little bit late, 1 turn late. Wild Growth didn't really hold up to its part of arriving on hand by 2, but it was pretty close. I mean, I kept the Ultimate Infestation and the Spellstone. If I didn't, I could have gotten the Wild Growth earlier. So I suppose it was my own fault. Is there any reason for me to hit into either of these? I don't think there is. I don't think I gain anything by doing that. But the big Spell Mage, he's going to throw some meteors and stuff around. So let's see how I'm going to manage that. Ooh, a Nourish. That's very intriguing. What if I play this on 7? I'm guaranteed to hit the Togwaggle. And then I'll Nourish after that. I'm not guaranteed to hit Togwaggle if I top deck a minion. Or I Nourish now. Then if I play the Tyrant, he's going to kill the Tyrant, of course. Intriguing. Nourish now, next turn I will have 9 mana, so I could coin UI next turn. I think we're Nourishing now. I'm playing the Tyrant. Not hero powering. Is there any reason for me to naturalize something? I guess I don't dare to naturalize though. Okay, so now he can pick up a counter spell, of course. But I'm fine with a counter spell. It doesn't matter that much. I mean, if he sacrifices the 3/3, then there's no pressure. So it's complete. This is completely fine. Even if there's a counter spell. So we check for the counter spell first. Mana Bind. Intriguing. Well, right now I would have nothing that prevents me from playing the Florist this turn. There's no secret up either that would prevent it. So I guess we're going with the Florist turn now. I just don't see any reason not to. I'm guaranteed to get a hit where I want, where I need it. So that's an upside. Okay. So far so good. Do I even care if I burn something from the UI? I'm gonna have 6 cards in hand, so unless I top deck an Arcane Tyrant, I will burn something. I don't think I even care. To be honest, I don't think I even care. Let's just smack the UI out there. Kurubashi, so what's the mill combo? You are ourselves to death, Togwaggle and Azalina. Pretty much that, yes. Pretty much that. And first I draw my deck, then I play Togwaggle. I can either naturalize something first so that their hand is full and they don't get the spell to switch back, or I simply play Azalina, so I get the spell to switch back too, and they have an empty deck and they can switch back, but I can switch back again too. So that's the story here. Furion looks like a card. 13 cards left in the deck. He does have Geist in that deck, but I don't think I'm too worried about it yet. Just yeah, I'm just going to Malfurion here. Let's get some Scarabs with Taunt. Makes little difference really. Hit that one in. Alright, alright. And 12 cards in deck. There's the meteor. Well, I knew it was coming. It's no big deal. I did burn the swipe, of course, but how much his minions are going to be able to do is another matter. More naturalizes. His hand is 6 cards right now. But do I want to give him 11 cards? Yeah, I don't think I do. I don't think I want to give him 11 cards. I mean, I could do Togwaggle, 10 double naturalize. He will get the ransom spell, of course. But I could do Togwaggle, double naturalize, and then he would get 7 cards. 7 cards to my 17 cards. Is that the best I can do? Do I need to do it now? Some key questions.
Is eternal. My turn is not.
Because if he has Geist, but if he had Geist he would have played it already. I think I can afford to draw a little bit more. I think this is fine. We're about to find out soon. There's still a tweak, there's still UI, there's still branching paths in the deck. There's still ways to gain armor in the deck, with paths and the howl. But they will go down to 5 cards. I'm just a little bit hesitant on when to pull the trigger. I can burn on the 5 cards from the deck this turn though, and then I can pull the trigger next turn. I think that will be fine. Yeah, let's just kill one of these here. I can burn most of the remaining deck. I don't care about the remainder of the deck there. I think this is the line I'm taking. So we can get him to fatigue next turn. And I can do the double naturalize. I still have plenty of health to go. I think this is fine. Gets a Lich King card now, but okay. So this turn it's Togwaggle, then naturalize, naturalize, and then Azalina, right? So first we Togwaggle. And then I will naturalize the Lich King. Almost out of cards. Then I'll naturalize one of the water elementals. Now he's completely out of cards. Then I will Azalina to get a copy of his hand to me. And I'll kill one of the water elementals. Okay, now I have 15 cards, he has 0 cards. He has this hand remaining. And that will be everything. After this hand there will be nothing left. Does he have spells left in the deck? For me, that is. There should be a Flame Strike, right? I've seen one Flame Strike. And a Meteor, but there should still be a Flame Strike left. So this is simply a... It's just a Dragon's Fury, isn't it? And this is a Dragon's Fury. There should be a Flame Strike left in the deck. Let's just armor up. And this is over. It would be interesting to play that, but now once all this reveal season and all sort of hassle about that is going to calm down, then we have to take a look at the artifact more. I just have very little time for artifact right now. Is this a Malygos Rogue? I think it's a Malygos Rogue. That can be tricky. Do you like it so far? Yeah, Artifact seems like a nice game. Maybe it's some kind of meme after all. Espionage. No, it's probably Espionage Rogue then. Not Malygos after all. Oh well, I suppose I need to kill the Loot Horde. Gurbashi Mallyrogue's still a thing. There is a Mallyrogue build. There's a rogue minion with Deathrattle to summon a 1/1 copy of a minion from your hand. So the Malygos Rogue uses that and it can summon like 4 or 5 copies of Malygos on the board and then shoot you in the face. That's what Malygos Rogue does nowadays. It's a bit of a meme deck. The combo is not very reliable. I would have the coin Malfurion here for next turn. But I think I want to coin Malfurion. Which means that I just dropped this Arcane Tyrant here, because if I armor up for the Spellstone, that will be a waste anyway, because it will get one trigger from the Malf. Yeah, I knew this was Espionage. For some time it was clear that this was going to be Espionage Rogue. But thing is, if I can steal all of his cards, it doesn't matter. It's time to coin the Mali and coin the Malf. He used one Espionage now, so he has another Espionage. And he would need that after I switch decks. Or he can win through tempo with all the one-cost cards in his deck right now. That's the other alternative. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Getting to shove a bunch of spiders too. That's pretty sweet. Alright, this is a swipe hero power turn, I suppose. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. A swipe there. Hero power down the Elec. Alright, but there's a bunch of spiders, there's a bunch of one-cost cards. So that was a total of 30 cards shuffled. Yeah, it was. It was. And then some more. But it's all cool. Maybe. I mean, he can win through tempo. It really depends on what he gets from the Espionage. Now 1 in 3 to hit the Togwaggle. That's not good enough odds. I mean, I could kill the Ironwood Golem, of course. I think I need to draw some cards here. Let's see if I can do this or not. Really need to be drawing a lot of cards. I think I'll deal 1 damage to the Talnos here. And armor up a little bit. But he can absolutely win this game through tempo. MacMossy, hi, why haven't you streamed much Artifact yet? Well, I'm barely able to stream enough Hearthstone right now. So much demand for articles. I have 2 deadlines again for tomorrow, one about Artifact and one about Hearthstone. Well, Astral Tiger, okay, but yes, if I can kill that first, then we'll see. But he can win through tempo, as I said. As I mentioned, he can win through tempo. Okay, need to do some Spreading Plague and Mind Control tech things here. Let's see what we can pick up. I might pick up the Astral Tiger. But that's actually bad for me. Because I don't want to have an Astral Tiger in my deck. And then shuffle. And thank you, I didn't want it in the board anyway. Now the big question is, does he have card draw in hand? Not yet. But he might find card draw. Intriguing. If he can find card draw, that's where this starts to get interesting. I mean, I can silence the Edwin, and I could swipe here, but then there will still be other minions that can attack too. Maybe it doesn't matter too much. But the moment he finds more card draw, things get really scary. I need to get rid of cards in hand. How do I do that? I guess I'll silence the Edwin and swipe the Florist. I can Spellstone this one actually. I think I can do it like this. Let's try this approach. There's of course some damage coming in, but it's not too much yet. I have another Spreading Plague and stuff coming. couple of Ferocious Howls. Ferocious Howl looks okay. Let's howl a little bit here. Ooh, I pick up an Ultimate Infestation. So I want to clear up my hand a bit here. I don't really want to play an Astral Tiger, because if I give him an Astral Tiger, he can avoid fatigue. I guess I could just play the Spreading Plague here. I will still need the Azalina. So I can't afford to burn cards from the UI. Slightly awkward. Let's see. He can kill this plague with the minions he has on board, so that's not too great. Because I can then hero power down one of them. Alright, Valera. Well, from here on every card he draws is going to be 2 cards. That's intriguing. A bit too many cards in hand for the UI. I really want to go like Ferocious Howl, Gluttonous Ooze, hero power the Vile Spine. Be 6 mana. And I can't keep taking 9 every turn. But how do I get the UI going? Then I would need the branching paths for... So I can only play 2 cards effectively here. I think I have to play just 2. I kill off this one. I'll ooze there. And I'll branching paths for 12 armor. Okay. Oh, if you found a spider. Okay. Because I need the Azalina. I can burn everything else, but I can't burn the Azalina. And then I still need the Florist hit on the Azalina, or I need the Twig to survive. Well, there's my Azalina, so now I don't have to worry about any such things anymore. Now I can simply trade here. And I can UI there. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere, but that could be an Espionage that he's holding on to in order to avoid fatigue. That's possible. Yeah, we were able, but after I drew the Azalina it didn't matter. It was fine. 5 cards left. Florist is not a guaranteed hit. He would be holding on to any Espionage cards. But then there's the question, can I just pressure him now that he is doing nothing? Because that's also an interesting avenue. Just trying to kill him. I think just trying to kill him is a pretty good path to take at this point. I think I'm just trying to kill him now, instead of going for the mill. I can still play the Florist. Well, hit the wrong target, so I would still need a Twig. But right now, yeah, my current plan is just to try to kill the opponent instead of milling him. Because he's clearly trying to hold back in case of some mills or something. Or maybe not. Double SI7 agent, but double SI7 agent leaves him... Okay, well he just didn't have the tools then, I suppose. Although he could have played... No, was the SI... Yeah, he didn't have the tools, so he died. As long as you find it within the rope, it's all good. Sardine, hey, is Patient Assassin a safe dust? Yes, yes it is. Viewable, opinions on the new Hunter Saron. It is in one of my YouTube videos. But to recap, yeah, it's good. It's really sweet. I like that card a lot. I think it's a great card. Clears the board, gets you some secrets, gets you some stuff. What's there not to like? You can put it in a fairly aggressive deck. You can play like that and Rexar as your endgame. Either or. Not much. Do I want to take 8 from Kelaset over the next couple of turns? I guess I have the option to coin Twig. Is that really any good? No, it's not. I'm probably taking 6 from the Kelleset. I don't like this. Pureblood, do you know the decklist of Druid that uses Cube and Dragon? You mean Taunt Druid? Or what kind of Druid? There's a video of Taunt Druid on my YouTube channel. If that's what you mean. I think it's going to be Coin Nourish for crystals, and I will play the Arcane Tyrant on that turn. And then we go with the Twig. Let's try out of a good Hearthstone contender. They're like completely different decks. Very, very different. Does he have Deathrattle procs in hand? If I silence this and then he plays Cube, then there are still eggs inside the cube. If I merely Coin Nourish... What if he has multiple ways to proc this now? Scary stuff. Coin Nourish, next turn I will have 7 mana. I think Coin Nourish is still fine. I think I'm doing this. Let's see. If he has Deathrattle activators for this, it might be difficult. But if it's like a cube, then I can silence the cube, so... He would need to have like Stalker and Bladed. He has 6 cards in hand. 2 needs to be activators in order for this to be really bad for me. And he doesn't have any. Hi, Callan. Thanks. So I didn't have Deathrattle activators yet. I could clean up this board. I think that's relatively strong. But what about when the 8 drops come? Well, I have Naturalize for that time. I think this is actually fine. This, silence the egg, hero power into the egg, and spellstone the egg. So I ensure that he can't cube the egg either. Kellen, do I have to run Alana in the upcoming Odd Mage? Very likely, yes. Alana seems to be really good for Odd Mage, especially now that they're getting more big spells that trigger Alana. So I would wager that yes, you do need to run Alana. 2 more turns until the ultimate infestation. I don't think I want to hit into the wolf right now. Pretty close call though.
My shield for Argon.
Well, the Defender of Argus was certainly surprising. But I may end up getting some Gluttonous Ooze value. My opinion, Taunt Druid isn't so good how it like seems to be. Taunt Druid is a deck that is very easy to tech against. So yeah, you're somewhat correct. I'm taking a lot of damage. When the 8 drops come, I might not survive. We'll find out soon enough.
This'll be good.
As this turn I'm killing this fellow here. But I'm using that weapon. Then we'll see if I can survive. Are there 8 drops in hand?
Where?
That's pretty hilarious. That's pretty hilarious stuff. It was the turn 8 top deck. Okay. I see what you did there. 11 damage, 13 damage. A little bit too much damage coming in. 200 gate gave me from Legend. Yeah, it's a deck that's very powerful if you don't have the tech cards against it, but it's very weak if you do. If I spend my Naturalize, I have to spend my Naturalize here. But if he has King Crush, I will just die. But if I played the UI and he had King Crush, I would still die. So I always die to King Crush. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I need to keep a Spreading Plague. Alright. So it's not an even lock. It's a 2. Alright. But I kept the Spreading Plague. So that gives me hope. Obviously Zoo likes to have Flame Imp on 1. Let's see if I can do it or not. This is going to be rough. This is fine. Don't spend the branching paths yet. I could draw some more cards with it. I could grab some armor.
Let's see.
What is my next turn going to look like? It's going to look like an MC tech, right? Next turn will be an MC tech. And 6 will be Spreading Plague Tyrant. But Howl is only 4 armor right now. I still go for the Howl this turn. Let's do this one. Next turn will be MC tech regardless. And then the turn after that will be Spreading Plague Tyrant. So this turn is the MC tech. I don't think I want to hit into any of these. He can't play a Fungal Mancer yet, so these will actually challenge this board a little bit here. Goes for the trades. But next turn he can go for the Fungal Mancer, and that means that he can kill some Spreading Plague. Spreading Plague minions. 2 of them to be exact. I think it's fine. I'll do Spreading Plague Tyrant. Now he can Fungal Mancer. This is poorly positioned. I think I would have preferred the Fungal Mancer on these 2. So I would have put the Happy Ghoul on the side. But obviously this one kind of works out. And I can play Malfurion.
The circle of life is over.
More taunts. Or poisonous. Poisonous are pretty interesting actually. We'll grab the poisonous ones. Then I'll trade away the small fellows here. So now there's a couple of poisonous beasts over here. And you don't have anything small that could trade into them. Well, that kind of helps. I still get rid of everything, right? I still get rid of everything here. But he can rebuild. So what is my next move? Nourish for cards. Go down to 15. I think that's safe. I feel like it's safe. Let's nourish for cards. I feel like going down to 15 is safe here. Like this. So I get rid of the entire board for now. Yeah, I haven't seen any Soulfires or Doom Guards yet. But I have plenty of armor in hand. So I'm not too worried at the moment. Well, that's one weak play. Do I want to kill it? I mean, I could. I have multiple ways to do that. One of them would be to silence it and then hero power it down. Is there anything better to silence in this deck? Well, something that's buffed might be, but that would allow me to develop a minion. I kind of like minions. Minions are fun. So we're howling first. Then we're silencing that fellow. And then we're just killing it, so I don't leave him with anything to buff. His hand has to be pretty expensive and bursty. Because why else would you play just a Voidwalker on turn 7? That's like a Doomguard, Soulfire, Fungalmancer type of hand. And something is buffed with the Soul Infusion as well. But this is still fine. 13 cards left in the deck. I can do some branching paths in here. I can draw... No, I can just armor up. Yeah, it's fine for me to just armor up here. So I don't die to any surprise burst. Do I trade away my minion? Minions are pretty fun. I guess I can trade away the minion. I'll hit him in the face. He has some more healing left. He has another enchanter, of course, and some other things. But we might be able to make this tapping kill him. Happy Ghouls have already been played.
Stop copying me.
11 cards left in my deck. There are more buffs left in his deck, of course. There's another Fungalmancer left. But I can nourish another 3 cards, I think. There's an MC tech. That's good. Another swipe too. Nice. I'll equip the twig and hit him in the face a little bit here. So I am at 34, so I'm not too afraid of this yet. I could do Spreading Plague MC tech. 40% to get a big one. I could do Spreading Plague Branching Paths. Have a bunch of 3/5s on the board. It'll take him a lot to push through those. And then I can go for the swipes.
My thoughts
Oh, intrigue. So many options. This is really intriguing. I could just UI randomly. Oh, I guess not. I think I like the Plague into Branching Paths. I think this is pretty nice. I can chip into there. So I'm at 18. I'm behind a big wall of taunts. He has spent both Fungalmancers at this point. I still have double swipes here.
Your magic shall not save me.
Okay. Okay, can I kill him? That's 4. I need another 11. And that's another 11, right? 4 plus 8, 12. Yeah, that's lethal. So, why mess around when you can just kill the opponent? Now let's try to find ramp. I couldn't find any ramp. Alright. Well, maybe in the future. He mulliganed everything too. 2 druids. Neither of them finding any ramp. I mean, he was clearly puzzled by not having any ramp. That is a perfectly normal feeling for a druid to have. I'm puzzled at not having ramp too. I'm all like, where's my ramp? This is not normal. I probably will coin Nourish over playing a Twig. This might even be a mirror. That could also be in like a Malygos or something.
This'll be good.
Alright. Next up we're going to coin that Nourish. We get a couple of crystals. He doesn't have a coin. He can't coin Nourish if he has one. But I still don't know the archetype he's playing, and Conversely, he does not know the archetype I'm playing. No one knows what's going on. I'm going to coin the Nourish and play the Tyrant and Hero Power phase. What's your favorite legendary from the upcoming set? I haven't really thought about that yet. I'll make YouTube videos of those once I have time to think about them. There's already card reviews of more than 100 cards. Only 18 cards left for me to review. Then I will have everything. Another Nourish, but I don't have. I think I need to use this one to draw. I truly believe so. I think I can trade away the minions. I suppose it's fine. Because my hand wasn't very strong, so I didn't feel like I could afford to simply use that ramp. Because I think I'm going to have to use branching paths to armor. I think it's unlikely that I can use branching paths to draw. Because he could be like Malygos. And he might want to hit me in the face a lot. All sorts of scenarios like that. Another Howl. I think I'm playing the Tweak this turn though. Let's set up the Tweak here. So I'm at 40, but this hero power from Malfurion is going to get to work now.
I bring life.
And he is Malygos. So I'm going to have to naturalize the Alex, right? I mean, I could Spellstone and swipe the Alex to deny some card draw. That's probably acceptable. Hold on the naturalize for now. That means that would take 5 mana. I would have another 4 remaining, so I could branching paths for 12 armor. Or I could just use a Ferocious Howl. I think I'll use the Howl now. Use the Spellstone and the swipe to kill the Alex. And I will take 1 from the minion there. Okay, I'm at 33. Naturalize would be better if he has UI. But I can burn cards after UI. Whereas otherwise I'm just drawing him towards his win condition. He's drawing a bit too fast though. I have 66% to hit Togwaggle or Azalina. I'm at 28. Not quite there with Malygos yet. Not without further tools. I could mill a couple of cards this turn, but I don't think I want to do that yet. Do I need any of the cards remaining in my deck? I think I'll go for the Florist here. Play one of the MC techs. Hit once over there. I should still be alive. I lose the 66% roll again. Naturalize and swap. You think that was the play? We would still be going even into fatigue and I would not have Malfurion, and he has Malfurion. So I wasn't really happy about that. Well, I'm not happy about this one either, I suppose. Because he has Malfurion, I don't have Malfurion, we're going even into fatigue. I don't think I win that. I simply don't think I win that. Well, if he got the roll on the Malygos, then obviously this is not going well for me. I think I can play this one here. And UI there. Let's see what I can find.
My hand overflows.
I found an Arcane Tyrant.
This'll be good.
Okay. I'm at 29. How much does he have? How do you know he has melee in hand? He used Faceless Manipulator on the Dream Petal Florist. Why would he use Faceless on the Florist if he didn't have Malygos in hand? He already played the Alex. If he discounts the Floop, it does nothing. So the only other good discount target is the Lich King.
My thoughts are plain.
And why would you discount the Lich King in this matchup? He might kill me now. It's possible. Now he could have that enough burst for the Malygos. If he doesn't have it this turn, then we're getting to a stronger position, I think. Okay, do I burn the Malfurion? I do. Unfortunate.
My turn is
So he has Malfurion, I will not. And if I do the combo, I will lose the branching paths now. So I think I won't do it yet this turn. I'm just doing branching paths for a lot of armor here. He still has branching paths left too. But I don't need to give 2 attack to the minions. I still think there's a lot of armor turn.
Time grows short.
Drawing more stuff from my deck. Next turn we go for the swap. Hopefully it's not too late. If he has the discounted Malygos in hand, lots of bad things can happen. But I was able to find the second Naturalize. I obviously don't want him to draw cards from his own deck. Let's see where this one ends up. Oh no! That UI means that he might have been able to draw enough to win the game from here. Did he get a Tyrant? No, and he burned the Moonfire. We're actually good here, right? So it's Togwaggle first. No reason to use the Spellstone for anything, no. I also want to proc
This'll be good.
the Twig first. Yeah, I don't even hero power here. Let's proc the Twig now. Naturalize is at this point, of course. I don't know what I was thinking.
out of cards.
Okay. And I have the cheap Malygos now too. So if he goes for the Malygos, I can kill his Malygos with my own Malygos. I mean, he doesn't have this much damage. He does have a Naturalize. But he's pretty deep in fatigue. I think this is over. Sure, he has a Naturalize left, but what does that even matter? You can't compensate for this amount of fatigue. How much damage do I have? 9 plus 6. Yeah, I need to kill the melee. We don't absolutely need to, but I think I will. Deal 6 damage. Deal 9 and 6 damage. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.